Hey everyone, James here, and welcome back to another day of VEDS. Longtime viewers of the channel will know that one of the first shows I attempted to do on this channel was a show called Pilot Obscurities. Pilot Obscurities was a show that I made where I looked at various pilots, new and old, to TV shows new and old, where I was trying to see the differences, the similarities, and ultimately try to determine which is the better product. Is the pilot better, or is the actual finished show better? Some of you may know, I've done 2 episodes of them. I did one on Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius, and another on the Dick Van Dyke Show. And then I just kind of stopped. I had tooled with the idea multiple times, actually, of bringing the show back, and the show that I was going to cover was Family Guy. Yet, every time I would try to do it, particularly with Family Guy, I felt like the show was basically just devolving into a Wikipedia article, and that's not really what I wanted the show to become. So I kind of just put that and another show that I tried doing, From Screen to Stage, or From Stage to Screen. I think it was From Screen to Stage. It's been a while. On the back burner as I tried to do other things, including doing this. And while by no means am I saying that Pilot Obscurities is coming back, today's video is kind of a what if. It's Pilot Obscurities, but kind of mixed with how I talk about media now, as opposed to back then. And what sparked this sudden return to Pilot Obscurities? A show that I have absolutely no recollection of. It was way past my time, but apparently was insanely popular. Yo Gabba Gabba.
Yo Gabba Gabba!
From what I've been able to gather, Yo Gabba Gabba was a Nick Jr. show that starred this DJ Lance Rock, who brought action figures in a boombox suitcase to this sort of diorama set, and by saying Yo Gabba Gabba, they would come to life and dance and do stories and, that sort of, kid show shenanigans. Again, this was way past my time, but apparently it was insanely popular. And to my knowledge, there are 2 different pilots to Yo Gabba Gabba. The second one is a lot more akin to what the show would eventually become. It looks a lot more like the show. There are some minor differences, but it's basically the same show. However, today's video, we're talking about the first one, and you have no idea how different this is going to look. So sit back, relax, and maybe grab yourself a snack as we journey through whatever the first pilot to Yo Gabba Gabba is. Am I sure this cookie wasn't laced with anything?
Hey kids, it's me, Brobee.
This is Invasion of the Gabba Snatchers, isn't it?
It's time to solve another puzzle.
The mystery of why your top half is green fur, yet your body is yellow and black?
Let's see. What have I got here?
Thank you, Sing.
You can pretty much guess what happens from here, so I want to take a quick moment and let's talk about Brobee's voice. Unlike what it would eventually become,
Hi, everybody! I'm Brobee!
Here, it kind of just sounds like a discount Patrick Star from SpongeBob, and as a result, he kind of just comes off as dumb or stupid or tired or sleepy, not really engaging for a young audience. This kind of just reminds me of what Carol Spinney, the puppeteer for Big Bird, went through back during the early years of Sesame Street back in the 70s. When Big Bird was on the show back in the first couple of seasons, he was pretty much portrayed both in puppet form and through the voice of just kind of being this dumb country yokel, not my words by the way, version of the character.
What is it?
Silly doors.
That's Big Bird.
Always in my... I'm a very nervous bird. Boy, I nearly laid an egg right here on Sesame Street.
What do you think of Big Bird, Sally?
And Carol Spinney sort of persuaded the team to redesign the character, retool him to have more of a 6-year-old child's mentality. And, well, we saw how well that worked out for them, so I'm not surprised they later on, chose to redo the voice. Anyway, let's just get back to the pilot, and what the fudgesicle?
Hi, Brobee. What's going on?
I guess Patrick kicked Sandy again.
Are you sad? Oh, I get it. He's hungry.
And you're one of those Times Square robot dancers.
Here you go. Eat this.
What's that?
Yeah, hey, Plex, I don't mean to break up your little snack time intervention here, but you might want to look at Muno. I think he's shedding a little bit.
I know it's new, and you've never tasted it. You'll just have to trust in me. Just get
Trust in me, just in me.
I know it's new, and you've never tasted it. You'll just have to trust in me. Just give it a try.
Oranges! A healthy snack time treat or rebranded Smile Dip from Gravity Falls. You make the call! And again, kind of like before, the rest is pretty much what you would expect. So I kind of want to take this minute to talk about how it's actually laid out, how the pilot is laid out, because it's kind of impressive with the little interstitials between the segments, how much they actually kind of had from the beginning, which probably was a huge help considering visual-wise, they had a long way to go before this was ready for prime time. Moving on, now it's time for a game with Muno.
What am I pretending to be? Can you guess?
Oh, you're one of those action figures, the nice ones with the interchangeable hands.
Close. Very close, but wrong.
That's right, I'm a tree!
Now, unlike our boy Brobee, Muno here, his voice is pretty much kind of spot on, although it's, toned down a few octaves, so we probably just didn't pitch it up. Which, it's also kind of interesting that due to the effect that they did here to make him, play the little game, the parts of him that we saw before got chroma keyed out, and he looks more on brand for what would come later. So I almost have to wonder if they looked at the chroma keyed parts out and were like, that looks better. Let's go with that. We then get a clip of Plex telling us how to make our beds.
If you want to make the bed, well, this is how you do it. 1, take off the pillow.
Don't tell me what to do.
Don't look at me, that's pretty much all I got for his segment. Plex is kind of the most boring character to talk about in this pilot because, yeah, he looks different, but his movements, the voice, it's pretty much all there. So there's really not much to sort of talk about. He's kind of boring. And that's pretty much it for the pilot. It's not that long. It's definitely a proof of concept. And apart from some of the visuals, which they definitely needed to work on, the core is there. But considering from what I've been able to read, this was done on a shoestring budget, I can't really be that harsh on the visuals, especially with considering how some of my videos look. And there you have it, guys, gals, and my fellow VEDS-ies. I hope you kind of enjoyed this brief little revamp to Pilot Obscurities. Let me know what you think of it in the comments down below. Anything you would change, anything you think I could do better, anything you liked. Let me all know in the comment section down below. And until tomorrow, guys, gals, and my fellow VEDS-ies, I will see you later. Oh, yeah, I guess I forgot to talk about which version I think is better. Do I really have to go there?